Hi everybody, welcome back to my attempt at a YouTube channel. So if you saw in my last video, my boyfriend did my makeup and it was quite interesting. So today I decided, since I have some extra time and everyone else in my house is busy, that I would attempt to do my makeup the way I usually do it. And I also got a new foundation. My mom started getting into this company called Pharmacy. So I got one of their foundations, the Stay Matte foundation, and I wanted to try it out for the first time. And I was like, why don't I just make a video? And then it'll force me to try it out. So that's what I'm gonna be doing today. So first, I'm gonna start out with primer. To be completely honest, I barely ever use a primer. There's a mirror over here if you see me looking at it. That's why I'm looking at myself. I'm just gonna put a little bit of this. This is the Morphe Foundation Primer Revitalizer. I literally barely use any because my skin is so oily. I just put a little bit on my T-zone, rub it in. Honestly, I don't use too much. I wanted to fix the angle really quick. So now that I have that on, I'm going to try this. I actually have, my mom has a little bit of one left, so actually I'm gonna see what I can pour out of this one first. Hopefully it's a good match to my skin. Buying online is usually tough because you don't know how good it's gonna match your skin. But I did like test it on my hand when my mom showed me this one, and I bought the same color in this that I had the real life of. So we're just gonna blend that in on this brush that I got from Tarte, which I talked about in my last video, I think. I talked about most of these products already, so I don't really have a lot to say about them. They're pretty, most of the products that I have other than this Pharmacy stuff is pretty well known. A lot of people have used it, a lot of people have talked about it. If you really want more opinions, I'm sure you can look them up online, but honestly it's not like some big like, oh, I'm trying some product that no one's ever used before. It's really not that. So I think I did pretty good base. I didn't put it on super thick, but it looks super nice. So now I'm gonna use Makeup Revolution concealer. I think in my last video I might have had Zach use my e.l.f. concealer, which is very similar. I have a lot of acne right now, so you watch me play Connect the Dots. That's basically what I'm doing, is trying to cover up all of my acne. Thankfully, the foundation is doing like a decent job of covering it up. I wouldn't say it's definitely not full coverage, but it is a nice coverage for being like a rando kind of brand that I honestly never heard of before. Before my mom started selling it. I mean, she doesn't like sell it, but she's a rep, I think. I think that's what it's called. Pharmacy's like a little different than like other makeup things. Like you don't actually have to sell it in order to be a consultant, I think. Or you have to like commit to sell it like so often, but not as often as like other brands. I'm not 100% sure, but she likes it so far, and she gets like 50% off products. So Michaela got 50% off foundation. So that is always a win. Now I'm going in with the e.l.f. HD powder. You notice my boyfriend doesn't know how to do this, and my face was so oily after he did my makeup because, you know, I need all the setting abilities we can get because my skin just turns into mass chaos if I don't set it, because my skin is so super duper duper oily. Why? I don't know. My dad has always struggled with acne. He used to have it like really bad when he was younger. So I'm guessing I just like inherited that from him. My mom's skin leans more towards dry, so she definitely doesn't have the same kind of problems as me, which kind of stinks in terms of makeup, because like she got that foundation, she's like, I don't like it because it's matte, and I love it because it's matte, because if I try to use dewy foundation, it's a disaster. Next I'm going in with the Park Ave Princess Tarte Bronzer. I'm making really good progress on this. I'm so happy. Like, you can see there's a little dent in it, and I'm like, yes. But I love this bronzer. It smells so good. If you don't know what this product is, I suggest trying it. They do have a mini, I think, and I think now on Tarte you can buy all their minis for like 10 bucks. So that's definitely something you should invest in. If you're like, hey, I want to try it, but I'm not sure like if I'm gonna like it or if it's gonna match my skin tone or like whatever, I would highly, highly, highly recommend trying the sample size. I don't know how much this full size is, to be honest. I got it in one of their like 7 for $63 deals, which I also highly, highly, highly recommend. If you're someone who likes makeup, you like to try things, but you don't want to spend the full amount because you're broke, which I understand, then yeah, I would recommend getting a smaller size, trying it out, seeing what you think of it, and then you can determine if you want to buy the full one. So I've had this sample for a long time, and I'm gonna try to use it. It might be old. I'm hoping it's not. It's a blush. I think it's the shade Exposed. It's the Amazonian Clay 12-Hour blush, which I have one of their other blushes. I forget what shade I already have. But I'm gonna try this sample and see. Again, I haven't used it, so I was like, I don't know how much product is actually coming off. That's the one thing about a sample that's really hard. It smells really good, just like their other products though, which is always nice. I feel like Tarte has a lot of good smelling things, which I enjoy, because like I don't want my stuff to smell crappy. I want it to smell good. So yeah, I didn't use the whole thing. I don't know if you're supposed to keep them. I don't know if that'll make it wear out even faster. I don't know. To be honest, I don't know that much about like sample cards like that. I don't really use them. Then my Ofra highlighter in the shade Rodeo Drive, which is like my favorite. I got this in an Ipsy, and it's like the best highlighter of life, honestly. I absolutely positively love it. I am a highlighter queen. I like all the more highlight the better. Like some people don't like that. I love it. And you're like, but Michaela, you have oily skin, why would you like highlighter? I'm like, because I put it on the parts of my face that don't get as oily, like my cheekbones, and they just look emphasized and cute. So yes, highly, 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 highly recommend Ofra and Ipsy. I just signed back up for Ipsy, so whenever my Ipsy comes in, I will make a video for you guys of what I got. So now I have an eye primer, but I literally don't know if what's in here is even like good to put on your eyes anymore, and I already put concealer on, so I'm just gonna ditch this product for now. So I was trying to pick a palette, and I have a bunch of palettes, and I was like, I want to pick this one. So this came out a couple years ago. It says I should have thrown it out after 6 months, and I didn't, because that's ridiculous. I wasn't going to use this whole thing in 6 months, and no one would. So this is what it looks like on the inside. So you have 2 blushes, a bronzer, a highlighter, and 25 eyeshadows. So I'm just gonna play around a little bit. I might put on some mauve tones, because that's kind of like my vibe, like a mauve burgundy, like that's like classic Michaela. If you know me at all, then you would know that like that's usually what I go for. I don't know why, I just have like, I think it looks good on me, and I think it just, nice color. Something not simple, but like, I don't know, just nice. Another thing, if you are into burgundy or like that general like color scheme, pinks, reds, burgundy, I highly, highly, highly recommend, as I talked about in my last video, the Kylie Burgundy Extended Palette. 100,000,000% recommend. Super great palette. Yes, it is expensive. It's worth the money. Okay, this is just some random brush that I got from Wish, by the way. I don't know if you really care. Wish makes amazing brushes. Like literally, I don't know why, but every brush that I've ever got from Wish, I love more than any other brush. It's amazing. Most of my other brushes are from Ipsy. Some of them are from Elf, and some of them are from Wish. This one I got in an Ipsy. It's the Moda Pro BMX 465 Precision Angle Brush. I don't really use brushes for what they're like intended for most of the time. I just use them for whatever is convenient for me. Like there's a certain part of my eye that I want to put something on and I think a brush is going to fit in there, like this one, then that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to do my best and see how it goes. So that's what the color looks like. This is again like a burgundy-ish color, which, like I said, is one of my favorites. I think it just looks really good on my skin. I love wearing it though too. Just like putting it on my body, I love as much as I love putting it on my eyes. And the best thing about the Burgundy Extended Palette, colors are really good. They blend so easily. They're super good color payoff, not a ton of fallout. Like they, honestly, her shadows are probably some of the best that I've ever used. And no, you're like, Michaela, you're not a professional. You haven't used that many. I know, but like, I've also used a number of them. I'm going to come out and say it. I do not like Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow. Sorry. I don't like how much fallout there is. There's so much fallout. Like, their shimmers and stuff, they're like crumble so much. And I'm just like, no, thank you. I have 2 of their palettes and I wear them sometimes. I mean, they're okay. I use the Anastasia sometimes, on occasion, not that much, like I said, because I don't like it. I like some of their other products, like I have their foundation stick. I like that a lot. Foundation stick is very nice. I like the whole idea of a foundation stick isn't necessarily my favorite. However, I think they do a really, really, really great job. Like the formula is really good. It's really easy to put on, all that jazz. So I definitely like rate it really highly. So if you wanted to know, the colors I've used so far are Sarong, I think that's how you say it, and Upgrade. And to top it off, I think I'm gonna use Aloha. Or, yeah, I'm gonna use Aloha. This was a limited edition palette, so I do not believe you can get it anymore. Maybe on a website where people are selling it, you might be able to get your hands on it. I really like the palette a lot. I've loved it since the moment I got it. The one thing, obviously, well, it's not just a palette, obviously it's like a whole set, and it comes with lipstick, mascara, and eyeliner too. But the only thing about this is obviously that the packaging is humongous. Like, this is like as big as my face. So if you're looking for something that's like small, it's not it. However, because it does come with bronzer, blush, highlighter, eyeshadow, mascara, lipstick, eyeliner. Like, it is a lot of products in one thing. Like, no, it doesn't have foundation or anything, but it does have a lot of the other things, which is super nice. I don't love the bronzer that's in there. It's a little too, like, orangey for me. The blushes are nice. The highlighter's nice. It's just not as blinding as my Ofra one, which is why I like this one better. I have super sensitive eyes, as I said before, so I can't use the mascara. I did use the eyeliner for a while. It was a pen, which I decided I didn't like as much as I liked other things. And lipstick had an interesting smell. Not a bad smell, like it was supposed to smell like whatever it smelled like, but it just wasn't my vibe. It smelled like kind of like Pine Sol or something. I don't know. It was just a weird smell. So I was like, we're gonna pass on that one. So now I'm gonna do my brows, which, as I said in my other video, I literally never do my brows because they are already obnoxious and I usually just like to leave them alone. But for the sake of this video, I'm just gonna fill them in a little bit with this gel. A gel is definitely my favorite in terms of like different types of eyebrow products that I've tried. I suck at using a pencil of any kind. It's just not it. It just doesn't work for me. And my eyebrows are very weirdly shaped, as you can see. They do their own thing. That's why I usually just leave them alone. But right now I don't think they look too terrible. I'm gonna use this spoolie, which doesn't have anything on it, to just kind of brush it out. I'm trying to look at this camera when I can and not my mirror, because I know it looks kind of funny if I'm just staring at my mirror the whole time. So that's the eyebrows. There's weird lighting, so like I think some spots on my face look like they're splotchy. But they're not. It's just the lighting. I'm sorry, I don't have good lighting in my room. My apologies. So now I'm gonna do my eyeliner, and it's terrible to watch, so I'm just gonna cut this part out of the video. So see you in a minute. Okay, so I'm back with some eyeliner on. I know you probably can't see it super well. It's just the e.l.f. eyeliner in Jet Black. So now that I have that on, I'm going to put on my mascara, which I'm also going to skip because I feel like I look so stupid when I put it on. But this is the Too Faced Better Than You Know What mascara. So there is that. Put my mascara on. This is like one of my favorite mascaras of literally all time. And then I'm going to conclude with Too Faced Melted Liquefied Long Wear Lipstick in the shade Chihuahua, which is, I love this shade so much. It's so simple but so pretty. It's a very basic, like, pinky nude. I think it goes with almost anything. And since, you know, we went with a little bit of a bolder eye, not super bold, but a little bit bolder, then I decided we would go with a lip that's a little more simple. So this is the final look. This is obviously a little more glam than I would probably do on a normal day, but that's pretty much how I do my makeup. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please comment below and let me know which other kinds of videos you'd like to see. I'm certainly open to doing whatever. I just need to know what you guys like, what you want to see. So please let me know. And thanks for watching. See you next time.